Welcome, gentlemen. It's good to be with you today. Appreciate you being here, and as you know, we are just going to have a conversation.
We're always thinking about the member and the impact because at the end of the day, they're the ones down the line.
Just looking forward to having the opportunity to discuss some of the successes that we've enjoyed over the last 5 years. But also some of those challenges that we had to overcome.
I think it was Mike Tyson that said, everybody has a plan until you get punched in the face. For us, Winter Storm Uri was that punch.
B115, all through.
We got through it. I think it helped GVEC change some things for the positive. That's where the plan pays off.
And we're filling a void that's not addressed by the other service companies.
Yeah, the service companies, yeah. Whatever priorities are our members, those are the priorities that we want to be working on.
And they come to us because they trust GVEC. We've been their partner for 75 years. You know, if somebody else can do it, why can't GVEC do it?
You know, obviously one of the things that we think about a lot are the priorities of our members, and as a CEO, I'm always, want to make sure that I'm aligned with the board members, and that the board members, of course, that we're all aligned with the members of GVEC. So, Morris, I would just ask, what do you, in your view, what is the primary priority of a GVEC member?
The questions I get asked most is about reliability. People want to have reliable service. And reliability, it's not only with the electricity, but it's the internet service also. Depend on reliable internet service now for work and for home.
For everything. Yeah.
Yes, everything.
What about you, Gary?
Oh, I get questions about rates. The fact that we don't change and that we stay in the middle of the pack on that compared to all the competitors around us, I think our benchmarks are solid on that. And it is important, but I think, like you said, Morris, reliability is really, I think, the most important, because you can have a rate, but if it doesn't turn on when you flip the switch, it doesn't matter. Or it's delivery of other services and beyond the meter services with batteries, solar, HVAC, other electrician services that they do. All of that work, I think, has been terribly important in the growth of GVEC over the years, over that 5-year plan, is having those different business units all performing well.
GVEC has been so fortunate having a very stable, well-educated, committed, and cohesive board. And we certainly have seen a lot of changes in these last 5 years from the board leadership perspective, but also board members changing out as well, as some have chosen to retire. And so, we have you now as president of the board and Morris now as secretary-treasurer. That wasn't the case prior to 2021. So just curious as to y'all's comments.
Well, the thing I remember, because I came on the board in 2018, is we began talking about succession planning as a topic and how it would be beneficial to the board and to GVEC if we were able to make transitions as a deliberate path that we're going to go down and make some changes and use the experience of the incumbent executive committee to be able to help the new people. And that's what's really, I think, tremendous about the GVEC board, is everybody recognized that was the right way to do it and a good way to do it.
That's what made it such a smooth transition, was the board members stayed on and helped us.
We're in a good position where anyone could take any one of the roles and we'd be in good shape.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let's just start off with the strategic planning process of GVEC. It puts in place the directives for the next 5 years. But in the plan, it's an ongoing process. Every year we're changing, we're adapting the plan. We come together as our team, we put forward key initiatives, we put forward projects that we know that we need to accomplish. We have metrics in place that we measure our performance. It's really the process that we use to drive the organization.
There's so many different things that you have to plan for and work through.
But I love it too because we get to dream during this period of time. Like when we're thinking about a strategic plan for the next 5 years, you get to think about what are the things that are important to our customers, but what are also the things that maybe they don't know about yet.
So really, the process that goes into building that part of the plan is listening and learning from the people. So we ask a lot of questions, we talk to the people, we survey so that we can really understand what direction and the vision we need to cast for the next 5 years or even the next year that will really support the employee base and help them to be successful.
But we also measure how we're doing through our customer satisfaction surveys called ACSI, American Customer Satisfaction Index. We have metrics around that, and that also drives some of the planning that we do because we get that feedback from our members, not only through the electric side, but also internet and our beyond the meter services. So it's really helpful for our planning process as well.
You know, bringing all that together to get a holistic view of what's going on across the organization is such a simple ask, but technically speaking, it's so difficult. So we made great strides the last 5 years in setting up all the infrastructure and bringing in the people that are required to maintain and set all this up. And they've done such a fantastic job.
And of course, if you look at the overall business plan, one of the things that you always see in a business plan is the financials and making sure that we stay focused on the financial integrity of the organization, being sure that we're investing in the areas that we need to invest in, trying to make sure that we're controlling the cost. And so, Gary, you may just want to kind of talk about a little bit about the financial aspects of GVEC.
Yeah, I mean, and just really looking at things and ultimately making sure that we're meeting all of our metrics with our master indenture and with our bank agreements. That's critical. And then just trying to lay out the plan as to what we see over the next 5 years with a real focus on that first 12 months and then looking further out as to if we continue along these trends for the next 4 years, how it's going to look.
All the planning that goes on, ultimately all the things that we want to do. Sean talked about the dreams, all the dreaming that we want to do. Well, there's only so much dreaming you can do and actually put into place because there's only so many dollars that you have available to you. And so, pulling all that back in to see what actually will fit in this upcoming year, in the next 5 years, is really critical to what we do from a financial planning perspective. So it's been a successful process, one that drives the organization and one that I think we can all be proud of. We can plan all we want, but sometimes things hit you that you had no idea were going to happen. And the question is how do we adapt to that when it does occur? Winter Storm Uri. A storm like we had never seen before in the history of GVEC. With that level of impact, it certainly caused us to have to shift in how we begin to think about the next 5 years and how we were going to recover from the financial impact that we experienced. So we may just kind of talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it, I think that, one of the keys was that we came into that event with very strong financials. Our equity ratio was high. Our debt service coverage was a multiple of over 3 times. We had a lot of available liquidity. We had high ratings from both Fitch and S&P. And we had great relations with our bank. So that right there gave me comfort when they said, yes, we're here to help you. That gave me the financial comfort that we were going to make it through. Then we started working with our cooperative banks on long-term financing. And we didn't wait. We really moved swiftly. And what does that mean? It means that for the term that we're financing this debt, that our membership was going to pay $40 to $50 million less in interest expense than our neighboring cooperatives or everybody else within the ERCOT market. So, kind of in a nutshell, that that's from the start that it was disruptive, but we were set, and poised to live through it.
GVEC was fortunate. We had cooperatives go bankrupt, or a cooperative go bankrupt. We had many retail electric providers during that period of time go bankrupt, and GVEC, again, because of our financial strength, we were able to overcome that and work our way through it and really find ourselves today in another very strong financial position, 5, 6 years later. So very proud of what we've been able to do, and really proud of the industry and how it has changed, both from a legislative perspective and regulatory perspective, to make sure that we are better prepared going into the future. GVEC has been growing for years. I mean, ever since I've been at GVEC, we've always had growth.
New substations, new transmission lines.
We're fortunate to be in this region of Texas.
But you're talking about almost 30,000 homes or businesses that we increased availability of services to over the last 5 years.
not only growth in our service territory, the amount of customers that we're able to provide services for, but the types of services that we're providing. Battery systems.
And we're growing at over 1 megawatt a month. It's just been extremely popular.
Solar systems.
Solar systems,
is a big part. You know, members and customers, they want solar systems at their home. There's heating and air conditioning services, sales and service and installation.
Being able to make sure that our customers are going into the winter prepared and going into the summer prepared.
To electrician services now, kind of the lineman behind the meter.
Electrically speaking, you really want to make sure that people are safe.
Demand for bandwidth, and how important bandwidth has become.
And we've had to evolve our structure at times to keep up. And we've added employees. We've also really invested more in training to meet the growth needs and the expertise.
But what's really occurring now with these services that we are offering to our members, it's really the convergence of those different industries. From the electric side, the communications with the broadband side, all the way down to the home. It really is coming together now. We knew that we have all of this great data, all of this information about our customers and about the system, all that data set in different systems, and we couldn't tie them together. So we made that concentrated effort, Will, to bring that information together so that we can better use it. Talk a little bit about what we've done over the last 5 years.
Yeah, of course. A lot of what we've done over the last 5 years with data and analytics has been really foundational work. It really helps us understand what is happening right now at this given moment, which back before we made the investment was very difficult to understand. We may not know till day ahead, week ahead, but now I can open up my phone, I can see exactly what our position is, I can see exactly what the market's doing at this very given moment. At the end of the day, what data and analytics allows us to do, and eventually AI, is going to be moving quicker to serve the needs of our customers.
I mean, I think about it from the standpoint of a customer service rep now, having the visibility to the customer 360. And somebody calls in and we know exactly who they are. We know when they're calling in, if they're an internet customer, a BTM customer. It helps you understand why they may be calling. And so just to have those types of things in place now has just made things flow so much better operationally.
It's also enabled us to offer new tools for our members. So we rolled out the My GVEC app. They have their usage data so that they're able to see which appliances are contributing the most usage in their homes. We're able to roll out the internet outage map also so that members could just text in, "I'm out," and for them to get a message back. And so the data flowing between all these systems has been really foundational, to use Will's word.
I'm just very proud of what we've been able to build from an employee perspective, really in a very short period of time. You know, in the last 5 years, we've been able to come a long ways to developing the systems of GVEC. It's interesting to me that, you know, when we were first building out the infrastructure of GVEC's broadband services, no one else was around, you know. Now that we have all these homes and these big subdivisions, everybody wants to come in and serve next to us. And so it's created a lot of competition. Kind of just talk about what we're doing to meet that competition.
One of the things that we rolled out to our members was SmartBiz, a new small commercial internet package that our small commercial customers can use. It gives them a network just for their point of sale system so that it's backed up. It gives them an option to have Wi-Fi for their visitors and their shoppers. And so that's one thing that we did. But a big part about us being in the community is that we've been here, and we've done that this past year also with powering some of our football stadiums with Wi-Fi. So in Lavernia, you can get free Wi-Fi being there. It's GVEC Wi-Fi. We also did it in Shiner, and so that's something that we're wanting to partner with our community to get our name out there, that we're a partner with our community. Especially in this Western service territory, we have a lot of out-of-state people. We have a lot of military people, and so making sure that they know that we are competitive, just like those other big brand names. We're here local, and so you're actually talking to a person that lives in the community.
And I think you hit it right on. It's about the relationship. You know, what GVEC tries to do is separate ourselves from our competitors by being that trusted partner.
The very last line of GVEC's mission statement is empowering the people and communities that we serve. What does that mean? Well, it just means doing the right thing in most cases. Just do the right thing for the customer, do the right thing for the member, do the right thing for your communities, investing back in those communities. And part of what that takes is having the right people.
We strive to be a top employer in the communities that we serve. We were grateful to receive the award of being Glassdoor's Best Places to Work, and also for our CEO to be one of the Glassdoor's top CEOs. And while those awards are meaningful to us, really what makes us special is our people and our culture. And I think that we see the impact of that in the success of the GVEC Gives program, where our employees logged more than 4,000 volunteer service hours in 2025.
We're really proud of our GVEC Gives program. We're looking to even capture more of that because we know that our employees do so much in the community. But beyond that, even some of the stuff that we're doing for education, partnering with schools, partnering with CTE programs, empowering jobs, but also our members are great givers. And so through our Power Up Grant program, our members are able to round up their dollar on their bill, and it goes to our Power Up Grant program. Do you want to talk a little bit about that, Gary?
Yeah, you just look at 5 years worth of Power Up grants that we've issued to community members, $1.7 million. So that, that 1 penny to 99 pennies on your bill that you're rounding up adds up. In addition, we've pushed through about another $200,000 for electric bill assistance. So just a fantastic program, fantastic way for GVEC to give back financially to the communities.
It's important, part of who GVEC is. It always has been. Staying in touch with our communities so we understand the needs that our communities have. Staying in touch with our members, making sure that we're meeting their needs as well. So it's just part of who we have become as an organization, something I'm very proud of.
What we hear around the nation is that we're held in such high regard because of the success, because of the things we do, because we're blazing a trail in a lot of areas. We're there and we're doing it because it's the right thing. It's what our members want.
But the strength of GVEC is in our service, being local and being able to interact with that customer when they really need somebody.
And when you employ folks that have great values, it extends beyond the walls of where we do business.
Yeah, so it's all coming together. I think our members are benefiting from that because of what we've been able to do.
And the support we have through the staff and the employees. We're just tremendously proud of all of our employees. They do a great job and make us proud every day.